He thought he had plenty of time. Just one more day, just one more tomorrow. But time doesn't wait for anyone.
And while he was sleeping, his life was quietly slipping away. Daniel was not lazy. At least, that's what he told himself. He was planning. He was waiting for the right moment. He was getting ready. Daniel was 27 years old. He had big dreams, bigger than most people around him. He wanted to start his own business. He wanted to get in shape. He wanted to prove everyone wrong. But every morning looked the same. His alarm rang at 6 o'clock a.m. He hit snooze. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes became 30. 30 became an hour. And suddenly, the day had already begun without him. He rushed to work, came home tired, scrolled on his phone, watched videos, promised himself he would start tomorrow. Tomorrow felt safe. Tomorrow felt far away. Tomorrow felt like it would always be there. And so, Daniel slept. Not just in his bed, but in his life. Years don't shout when they pass. They whisper. At first, Daniel didn't notice anything changing. His friends were moving forward. One got married. Another started a company. Someone else bought a house. Daniel clapped for them. He smiled. But deep down, he felt something. A quiet discomfort. Still, he said to himself, I'm still young. I'll catch up. I just need the right time. But time doesn't send invitations. It moves, whether you move or not. Daniel began waking up later, sleeping later, dreaming, but not doing. He would lie in bed at night thinking about his future. He imagined success. He imagined people cheering. He imagined the life he deserved. But imagination is not action, and dreams don't grow in sleep. One evening, Daniel received a phone call. It was his father. His father rarely called at night. His voice sounded different, soft, weak. Son, I'm at the hospital. It's nothing serious. Just come tomorrow. Daniel froze. Tomorrow. That word again. The next morning, for the first time in years, Daniel didn't hit snooze. He jumped out of bed before the alarm rang. His heart was racing. At the hospital, he saw his father lying there. Tubes, machines, pale skin. His father smiled. You look tired, he said gently. Daniel tried to smile back. I've just been busy. His father nodded slowly. You always say that. Then his father looked at him carefully. Son, what are you waiting for? Daniel didn't answer. His father continued. I waited too long to do many things. I thought I had more time. We all think we do. He paused. But time doesn't promise anything. Those words hit harder than anything Daniel had ever heard. Time doesn't promise anything. A week later, his father was gone. It happened quickly. Too quickly. Daniel stood at the funeral, surrounded by people. Voices blurred. Faces faded. All he could hear was one sentence in his head. What are you waiting for? For the first time, Daniel understood something painful. Time is not something you store. You don't save it in a bank. You don't freeze it for later. You either use it or you lose it. That night, Daniel went back home. He sat on his bed. His phone was in his hand. His alarm was set for 6 o'clock a.m. For years, that alarm meant snooze. But now, it meant something else. It meant a choice. He looked around his room. The same walls. The same dreams. The same excuses. And suddenly, he felt the weight of every wasted morning. Every tomorrow. Every later. Time had been slipping away while he slept. Not just hours. Years. Tears rolled down his face. Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet regret. he whispered to himself. No more. The next morning, the alarm rang. 6 o'clock a.m. For a second, his hand moved toward the snooze button. Old habits don't die easily. But then he remembered the hospital room. He remembered the weak voice. He remembered the question. What are you waiting for? And he got up. No snooze, no delay. He made his bed. He went for a run. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't magical. It was small. But it was movement. Day by day, Daniel began waking up earlier. He reduced his screen time. He started learning about business after work. He saved money instead of spending it on comfort. It was hard. There were mornings he wanted to quit. There were nights he felt exhausted. But every time he felt like giving up, he asked himself one question. If not now, when? Months passed. Then a year. Daniel wasn't famous. He wasn't rich. But he was different. He was awake. And that changed everything. Here's the truth. Time is silent. It doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't warn you loudly. It doesn't beg you to use it wisely. It just moves. And one day, you wake up and realize the years are gone. Opportunities are gone. Moments are gone. People are gone. And you can never get them back. So let me ask you something. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many mornings have you traded for 5 more minutes? How many dreams are waiting while you sleep? You don't need a tragedy to wake up. You don't need to lose someone to understand. You just need awareness. Time is your greatest wealth. Not money, not talent, not connections. Time. Use it well, and it builds your life. Waste it, and it quietly disappears. Daniel learned this lesson the hard way. But you don't have to. You can choose today. Wake up earlier. Start that project. Call that person. Take that first step. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be now. Because while you're waiting, time is not. And remember this, the biggest regret in life is not failing. It's realizing you never truly tried while you still had the time. So, tonight, when you set your alarm, decide who you want to be in the morning, the person who snoozes life away, or the one who finally wakes up. The choice is yours, but time is already moving.